Welcome to Pembrey Circuit in South Wales for round 6 of the 2019 Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship. It's the second of a two-day weekend here in South Wales, and today around 50 drivers will compete in 6 different rallycross classes on this sunny Sunday afternoon, with cars of all shapes, sizes and ages taking part. First of all, let's take you on a lap of the Pembrey circuit. We're on board with Todd Crooks in a Citroën C2 this weekend, not his regular BMW Mini. Out of the start, the cars go onto the infield section. First left and then right over the loose section. You can see it is fairly damp here in the early stages of this second day of action. Round 6, round 5 was held yesterday. Todd Crooks taking us over the infield past the paddock, then it's up towards the tight hairpin that takes the drivers back onto the tarmac race circuit here at Pembry, through the left-handed hairpin onto Speedway Straight, as it's known. This is where the power comes in. Todd competing in the Supermodified class, sponsored by AS Performance here this weekend. We normally see him in his BMW Mini Cooper, but in a Citroën C2 for this weekend with the Mini unavailable. Then it's into Brooklands Corner, down at the far end of the straight and over the chicane, before back onto the tarmac at the Senna S, and then completing the lap, all the finals over 6.5 laps here at Pembrey today. And we begin with the B final for the Funk Motorsport production category. These are the most numerous entry on the programme this weekend. We've got nearly 20 cars, so a B final is necessary. Should have been 10 cars for this one, but a couple of non-starters. The top 2 finishers go through into the A final at the back of the grid. The front of the grid, the purple and white Citroën C2 of Stephen Gaunt, number 49. Alongside him, the green machine of number 67, Ryan Randall, and the rather battered Peugeot 206, driven by Bradley Sampson. Look out for, at the back of the grid, Lee Keeler, number 31. He rolled that car earlier in the weekend and it caught fire for good measure, and a whole variety of teams have mucked in to get Lee back on track for today's action. Ready for the B final, he's the red and black Citroën Saxo at the back of this grid. So this will be a 6.5 lap race, effectively, with the start and finish lines in different places. We are underway down towards the first left-hander, Graham Aspinall and Sue Lane, the 2 non-starters. Dale Riches trying to move to the inside there. Oh, Bradley Sampson's door has come open, not the best of starts for him. Stephen Gaunt in the SG Haulage Citroën C2 leads them off, side by side for second between Riches and Randall. So it's Citroën C2s all the way at the front of the field as they head over the infield section, and Stephen Gaunt's gone off, he's lost it. It's pretty damp on the infield there, and Gaunt spins out, so Ryan Randall takes the lead in the number 67 ahead of Dale Riches. Lee Keeler from the back of the grid already up to third ahead of the blue Saxo of Sam Johnston, number 42. Stephen Gaunt has rejoined up the back behind Louis Kershaw in his MG ZR as Riches on the inside. We're on board with Lee Keeler, looses out there to Dale Riches at Brooklands Corner. Lee Keeler, the rollover king as he's become known in this championship, but always bounces back for more no matter what the damage. Ryan Randall leads the way then as they come round on this first lap. Cuts back onto the infield section there, starting to pull away from the rest of the field in the RR Motorsport bright green Citroën C2. Further back there we see the Ford Focus. That's a new car for the championship this weekend. That's Cameron Whitley at the wheel of the Ford as they slide their way over the infield section. Dale Riches in second place in his C2. Then it's the 2 Saxos, Johnston and Keeler. Then Bradley Sampson's rather battered Peugeot. There's the Focus of Whitley, the MG ZR of Kershaw. Stephen Gaunt at the back in the number 49 C2. Leader of this championship coming into this round, Dale Ford. We'll see him in the A final later on. He's already qualified. We should have seen Sue Lane with her Honda Civic in this race, as well as Graham Aspinall's Renault Clio, but unfortunately problems for them earlier on meant they were unable to start. 42 of Sam Johnston now up into second place, and reeling in the 67 of Ryan Randall. So the 2 models of Citroën together at the front of the field here. Running a bit wide there, Sam Johnston, in what looks like a virtually road standard Citroën Saxo. This is of course the production category, so virtually road spec cars out there for this one. Ryan Randall leads. Don't forget it's the first 2 that go through to the A final. Lee Keeler trying to take Dale Riches there for third place as they go down Speedway Straight towards the left-hander at Brooklands. You can see the damage on the front of Lee Keeler's car there, and virtually the whole paddock has worked to get him back out for this race after his rollover earlier in the event. He had a fire on that car as well. Into lap 3 they go then, the finish line between the bales there on the tarmac section. Effectively going round the circuit the wrong way here. It's a clockwise race circuit here at Pembrey. They use 2 different directions though, the Rallycross cars. Round 5 yesterday was run in the clockwise direction. That was won by Dom Booth in his Renault Clio in this category. He's already qualified for the A final, won 2 of the heats earlier on. So going for a round double later on to try and win both rounds here at Pembrey this weekend, as Keeler coming under fire from Bradley Sampson, possibly looking to move into another class in subsequent rounds of the championship. As going for the inside is Dale Riches, trying to go through for second place. We're on board with Lee Keeler in the number 31, and he bounces off the side there of Sam Johnson, muscles his way past at the Senna S over the infield. He's through and up into third place past the Peugeot. He's lost a headlight cover, the Saxo looking even more second hand there now. Johnston is down to 5th after that rather robust pass by Lee Keeler. Ryan Randall continues to lead in the 67, Dale Rich is second, Keeler is third, and Sampson has come through into 4th place. Typical rough and tumble rallycross racing here at Pembrey. A little bit of understeer from Ryan Randall through the hairpin there, back onto the tarmac at Speedway Straights. All fighting for those top 2 places, 5 of them in contention now. Cameron Whitley heads the second group ahead of Gaunt and Kershaw. Down into the left-hander at Brooklands Corner, trying to go around the outside, Dale Riches in the 325. Lee Keeler's there on the inside, he's got second position. Managed to out-drag Riches there for second place, so Keeler up to second as they go through to start lap 5. Sampson's still in this as well. They've rather dropped Sam Johnston here in the blue Saxo. Here comes Sampson up the inside. The 206 has a look, doesn't manage to make it past Dale Riches. The 325 clips a marker tyre there on the infield section as Sampson runs wide. Very easy to do so there. And all this is allowing Ryan Randall to extend his lead in the number 67 car. Onto Speedway Straight they come. Lee Keeler up there in second. What a reward it would be if he was to qualify for the A final here. This is superb stuff. Looks like Dale Riches could be slowing there. Maybe he's got some damage as the first 2 head into Brooklands Corner once again. Randall from Keeler, Riches up the inside. Oh, he's lost a wheel. Dale Riches, he has got some damage now. He's lost a front wheel. That's the end of the race for the 325 car. Spins to a halt. And that's created a bit of a gap in the field now. It's just between these 2, I would say, now for the victory. Randall and Keeler fighting it out. What an effort by Lee Keeler after his crash earlier on in the event. The whole paddock was working on that car to get him back out here. So Johnston's now up to 3rd. He's got back ahead of Bradley Sampson into 3rd position. As they come over the infield, they'll be starting their last lap this time around, so about 1.5 laps to go, and Lee Keeler is on the attack in the Team Hard supported number 31 Saxo. Team Hard, of course, famous for their touring car exploits. He's trying to out-drag Ryan Randall down Speedway Straight. He's going through. Lee Keeler into the lead from the very back of the grid in the number 31, but he's gone too wide through Brooklands. Randall back up the inside, says thank you very much, I'll retake the lead. They're side by side there through the infield chicane at Senna's, and Keeler goes back ahead. Oh, this is great stuff. Into the last lap now. It's going to be a fight to the flag between these 2 for the victory. It looks like they're both going to go through, barring any damage or disaster, to the A final. Johnston in 3rd, Sampson 4th, then a gap back to Cameron Whitley in the Focus in 5th. This is great stuff. Lee Keeler leads it. What a story it'd be if he can win the A final as well in a car that was written off earlier in the event, effectively. Over the infield they come. Down towards Speedway Straight for the last time. He throws the Saxo onto the tarmac. Randall, I think, may have settled for second place here. And Sam Johnston in the blue car trying to close back up as well, number 42. But it's going to be a win for the 31 of Lee Keeler. He goes round Brooklands for the final time, over the chicane. He's coming up towards the checkered flag at Senna's. Lee Keeler in his rebuilt Saxo wins the B final. Second place goes to Ryan Randall. They go through to the A final. 3rd will be Sam Johnston. We'll confirm the full result in a moment. It's a cracking race there between Lee Keeler and Ryan Randall. Bad luck to Dale Riches there, losing a wheel when well placed. As they head back to the paddock after that one. Typical entertainment from the Funk Motorsport production category, and it's the rebuilt Saxo. You can see all the tape and pop rivets holding it together as he heads back towards the paddock there. Lee Keeler takes the win in our B final. That was superb stuff. Rest of the finishers make their way in. The recovery vehicle heads out to pick up Dale Rich's stranded C2. 3 wheels on his wagon. That's the end of his day. Great shame for Dale Rich's, who was 8th in Saturday's round 5, won by Dom Booth. We'll see if he can make it an A final double later on. The win goes to Lee Keeler in the B final by 0.4 of a second ahead of Ryan Randall. Sam Johnston in 3rd ahead of Bradley Sampson. Then a gap back to Cameron Whitley in 5th, Stephen Gaunt 6th, and Louis Kershaw rounding out the 7 finishers. We move on next to the Steve Gaunt Trailer Hire pre-1995 Classic category. Racing in memory of a former champion, the 2017 champion, Sean Buckley from North Wales, familiar for racing his red Mark II Ford Escort. Sean very sadly lost his life recently in a tragic road accident near his home in North Wales, and the class now racing in his memory. We extend our condolences to Sean's family and many friends in the world of motorsport. Race in peace, Sean Buckley. Ready to race then with the Classic category, and it's Mark Jones in the MR2 who outpaces Michael Grant, the pole sitter in the red Ford Fiesta, into the first corner. David Ewan's blue Fiesta behind them, and David Martin's Peugeot 205 completing the 4-car lineup. Saturday's round 5 winner Vince Bristow unfortunately broke down in the heats with his BMW and was unable to start. So it should be between Jones and Grant for the victory here. Grant won 2 heats, Mark Jones won 1. It's the local man in the MR2 who leads the way ahead of Michael Grant. David Ewan, the Cumbrian driver, in 3rd place in his Ford Fiesta Evo, of course with the Mitsubishi Evo engine, a proper old-school rallycross hybrid, that car, leading David Martin in the Stutchbury family-owned Peugeot 205 in the battle for 3rd place. Out in front it is Mark Jones, the category points leader. Michael Grant has been his main challenger this year, but has had a few mechanical problems with the Ford Fiesta. Chasing as they go onto the loose there over the infield and trying to close up. He's within a car's length of the MR2. Such different styles of car here. All the cars in the Steve Gaunt Trailer Hire Classic category pre-1995. David Ewan back there in 3rd place with the blue Fiesta, the farmer from Cumbria. Very experienced rallycross and banger racer over the years, chased here by David Martins. They've split into 2 pairings, and you can see the MR2 certainly has the straight line speed advantage down Speedway Straight. The Fiesta able to close back up in the twisty bits, like here at the Senna S, up towards the finish line. The Fiesta's right on the MR2 there as they complete the lap. Up to the left-hander at paddock, and here comes the Fiesta trying to get round the outside there on that tight left-hander. That's a good bit of driving by Michael Grant. He's pulling up alongside the MR2 of Jones. He's gone too wide there into the dust, and the MR2 able to pull away. Jones and Grant having a terrific battle here for the lead of the Steve Gaunt Trailer Hire pre-1995 Classic A final. It's the left-hander onto Speedway Straight. This is where the MR2's power will kick in, and he'll pull away from Michael Grant down the straight. He's doing so. Ewan still 3rd in the Fiesta in the background, ahead of David Martin in the Peugeot 205. Car previously raced by the Stutchbury family. Hopefully we'll see father and son Scott and Ryan Stutchbury back out again soon. The Grant Auto Services Fiesta of Michael Grant chasing the Marks Motors MR2 for the lead. It's going to be close between those two. They go over the infield once again on the 3rd lap of 6.5. Remember the start and finish lines being in different places on the circuit. That used to be the way at Brands Hatch as well, and at Liddon Hill for a time, where the next round of the Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship will be held. It's at the end of September, the home of Rallycross down in Kent near Dover. Again the power kicking in from the MR2, and Mark Jones able to pull away. Of course, as we mentioned, the class racing in memory of Sean Buckley, former banger racer himself, the man from Prestatyn in North Wales. Here comes Michael Grant up on the outside. He's going to go for the outside here into the tunnel. He's run too wide. Nice recovery there, Michael Grant. Almost a Scandinavian flick from the Fiesta driver. He's back up on the tail of the MR2. I thought he'd lost it there, Michael Grant, but that was a very nice recovery indeed by the Fiesta pilot. And he's back on the tail of that mid-engined Toyota MR2. Had one or two mechanical problems this year. Michael Grant retired from the A final at the previous round at Blyton Park. In round 5 yesterday, he was second to Vince Bristow, with Mark Jones third, but Bristow unable to start the A final with a few problems today. Is still on for third. Ewing ahead of Martin. They finished the other way round in 4th and 5th yesterday here at Pembrey. Over the line to start the penultimate lap, and this is where Grant can try and get round the outside as they come into this tight left-hander to start the 5th lap. He's got the line right this time, no need for a Scandinavian flick, but he goes over the grass on the exit. A little bit too exuberant there from Michael Grant, but he's really trying. He's got the tighter line there over the infield section. Mark Jones holding off. He's under real pressure here in that Toyota MR2. This is great stuff. Can Michael Grant do it? This is where the Toyota will be stronger. He'll pull away on Speedway Straight, as we've seen before in this race. Along the straight they go there. The power kicks in from the MR2 and away he goes. I think the straight line speed of the Toyota is going to be enough here to keep Mark Jones ahead. Further back, David Martin making a move on David Ewing, takes 3rd place away, but the two leaders are still side by side. Grant's trying to go around the outside again as they enter the last lap. Jones will have the tighter line here for this deceptively tight left-hander, and he holds the place. David Ewing still battling with David Martin in the 205 for 3rd place. It's hard to know where to look in this race. There's only 4 cars in it. We've got 2 terrific 2-car scraps, one for 1st, one for 3rd. Mark Jones looking to extend his championship lead here in the classic category. Grant chasing in 2nd place. Ewing's still there, I think, in 3rd. It's still ahead of David Martin as they come down towards Brooklands Corner for the final time. Jones pulls away on the straight again. I think he's done enough to stay ahead as Grant closes up again, though under braking. He's not going to let Mark Jones have this easily. David Martin's back ahead for 3rd meanwhile, but they're coming up to the line now, and Mark Jones hangs on for the win ahead of Michael Grant. A great dice between those two, and 3rd place I think will go to David Martin. Indeed it does. The Peugeot beats David Ewing's Fiesta Evo home for 3rd position. Well, brilliant from Mark Jones and Michael Grant there. They finish less than half a second apart. Further back, David Martin only a few tenths of a second ahead of David Ewing for 3rd.
Mark, this is a well-deserved win because you've had quite an eventful weekend. A couple of spins, people are putting the pressure on. You must be on cloud 9 with your win. You've fought for it.
Yes, it was. It's been a good weekend for it all. It's all the other guys I'm racing against, fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's been some good, clean, fair racing, but with a lot of action, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely, all clean racing and plenty of action with it, definitely.
Definitely. And you mentioned earlier that you are really enjoying the classic category that you're in now. With some good, fair racing. The cars are quite evenly matched.
Yeah, it all comes out as an even keel when we race in. It's great. Yeah, it's fine.
That's what you want, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're almost leading the championship points. You're 2nd at the moment. So this is quite vital for you to scrape some extra points wherever you can. Do you think you're going to go for the full championship?
We'll have a go.
Yeah?
Yes, yeah. We'll have a go with it. Yes.
Awesome. It's great to see you out there. Your car's very, very popular with the spectators. They like to see you going around there. And you know your car well. You get a lot of seat time. You know Pembry well as well. Obviously, it's quite a local track for you.
Yes.
Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we can't wait to see you in the next round, and hopefully your success will continue.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
A trio of Subaru Imprezas on the grid next for the HG Installations Clubman 4x4 and Flitspeed Production 4x4 category. All 3 of these entries in the production category. We've got former champion Paul Davis back out this weekend. He starts on the outside of the front row. James Phillips won all 3 heats in number 555. He's on pole. Chris Baker, number 193, completing the 3 entries. We are underway, and it's Davis who goes into the lead. He only competed in 1 heat earlier on. Has had a few problems with his Subaru on his return this weekend. As for the Clubman 4x4 category, no entries this weekend, sadly, so it's Clubman 4x4 in absentia. We should have seen Simon Horton with his more powerful Subaru out this weekend, but he couldn't get the car ready in time, sadly. So no entries in Clubman 4x4, unfortunately, but our 3 Subarus in the production 4x4 category out there to do battle in their A final. And it is Paul Davis, the 2017 champion, who leads the way. 2nd place is James Phillips in the 555, the championship leader this year, with Chris Baker a little further back in 3rd. So Paul Davis heads them round then. 2018 champion Dan Beattie with his red Subaru has not appeared this year, so we will see a new name at the top of the points. It looks like it is going to be James Phillips this year, because I think he's unbeaten in A finals up to this weekend. He won yesterday in round 5 as well, defeating Chris Baker. Paul Davis didn't compete yesterday, looking for what I believe is his first A final win of the year. They swing their way into the hairpin. Phillips has a look there on the inside, the two Subarus fighting it out. We've seen this category almost totally dominated by Subarus over the last couple of years, the only exception really being the Nissan Pulsar of Darren Clark that's made sporadic appearances last season. We haven't seen that this year though. Maybe we'll see it out at the next round at Lyndon. Coming through to complete the first full lap of the circuit then. 1.5 laps gone. Davis leads it from Phillips. Over the infield section they go. Davis in the livery inspired by the famous Subaru World Rally team, headed up by Colin McRae for so many years of course, and the great Richard Burns as well. Two talents sadly prematurely lost to British Motorsport. James Phillips in the black car chasing on the tractor dealer, so he knows about 4x4 driving, looking for his title, his first title this year in his debut season of Rallycross. He's got the wipers on there. It's clearing a bit of dust away from the windscreen on the infield section. Perhaps the rain hasn't returned here at Pembrey. Chris Baker dropping back in 1.93 in third place. To lap 3 they go, the trio of Subaru Imprezas. Not a car very often seen in international rallycross. The only Subaru seen in the European Championship on a regular basis over the years really was Per Eklund a few years ago back in the 90s, and James Phillips had a look there coming through the infield section. Didn't manage to get a run on Paul Davis. There's good defensive driving from Davis, and Phillips had to hit the brakes there to avoid hitting the back of Paul Davis. He has a look on the inside coming out of the hairpin. Can he draw alongside? Good scrap between these two, proving once again in Rallycross you don't need a big grid of cars for a good race. Lead through onto the Senna S then. 3 laps to go this time for Paul Davis. Great to have him back in the championship this year, taking on James Phillips. Down towards the hairpin they come, heading onto the infield again. Chris Baker still going in third in 1.93, was second yesterday. Only Phillips and Baker raced yesterday. Paul Davis not able to get his car ready in time for Saturday's round 5 here at Pembry. It's still very good indeed to have him back in the championship. Hopefully he'll appear at Lyddon and at Knockhill in Scotland as well. Down the Speedway straight they go. It'll be 2 laps to go this time for James Phillips to try and challenge and keep up his run of A final victories for 2019 in the Flitspeed Production 4x4 Championship. Sponsored by race prep expert Dominic Flitney. This car of James Phillips launched at the Autosport International Show in Birmingham in January, along with a number of other BTRDA Rallycross cars. Gary Cook's Fiesta was launched there, Todd Crook's new BMW Mini as well, Alfie Jeekins Jr. Nissan Micra. Over the infield they go. It's getting dusty out there now. Paul Davis keeping a cool head here. This is good driving out in front, holding off the championship leader James Phillips. Phillips has learnt so quickly, his first season of Rallycross. Never raced anything before. He's done a bit of rallying in his time. As they head down into the left-hander at Brooklands. Now well clear of Baker in third place. Clutch of marshals looking on in the background. We must say thank you to all the volunteer marshals in Rallycross. We couldn't go racing without them. So thanks to them for their volunteer efforts, and all the other officials here at Pembrey, the medics, the recovery crews and so on, plus all the teams and their mechanics back in the pits. A great weekend being had by everyone. Over 50 drivers here at Pembrey this weekend. We're on the last lap now of this Flitspeed Production 4x4 final. Can James Phillips get through? It looks as though Paul Davis is going to hang on. He's driven a great defensive race here. Into Brooklands they go for the final time. Paul Davis is finally going to stop James Phillips' run of A final victories. Here he comes over the line. Davis wins it. Phillips second. Well done, Paul Davis. Good close race between the two, separated by less than a second at the line. Chris Baker will come through to take third place. Here comes the number 193. He completes the finishers. Still learning his craft, another Rallycross newcomer. But it's Paul Davis back on top in the Subaru World Rally Team lookalike number 11. Hope to see him out at the remaining rounds of the championship as well. Well done to our 3 Subaru pilots there. Davis the winner by just under half a second from James Phillips at the line. Chris Baker about 14 seconds further back.
Great win, Paul, and well deserved because you've had a few issues this morning, haven't you?
A few issues this year. Yes. Blowing engines mostly.
Yes. You weren't here for yesterday's round 5, which is a shame. I take it you were just getting yourself ready and geared up for today?
Not quite. So my children were doing a theatre play. I couldn't miss that.
You definitely couldn't miss that
No.
one. Not
So
even for
Sunday was
Rallycross.
better than actually coming on Saturday. If I'd had a good day on Saturday, I would have wanted to have raced on Sunday. So
That is true.
worked out well.
That is true. But you're walking away with the A final today, which is excellent.
Yes.
So you must be really, really pleased with that. I know you've had a few, hiccups this season. So
Yeah,
the win must
very
mean a lot to you.
pleased. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean even more to the girls.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. So are you going to come back and do some more rounds with us? Is the car fighting fit for
Yes.
round 7?
So I should be there at Liddon Hill.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Knock Hill at the end of the year.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one. It should be good in your car. I like that one.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Well, good luck for it, and we'll hope to see you out there.
Super.
Thank
Great.
you, Paul.
Okay, thank you.
So entertaining stuff to kick off the day in our finals here at Pembrey Circuit. More great rallycross action coming up after this short break. Don't go away. Welcome back to Pembrey Circuit here at round 6 of the 2019 Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship. Our next race coming up is the A final for the AS Performance Supermodified category. A pair of Vauxhalls on the front row. Patrick Ryan in his Nova and Alan Crockett in the Corsa. Ryan had 2 heat wins, Crockett had 1. The second row, Todd Crooks in the Citroen C2 alongside Sam Boville in a Vauxhall Astra. The 2 cars completing the grid, 2 ladies, Leanne Sedgwick in the BMW Mini and Michelle Swallow in the Porsche Boxster. The green lights come on and away we go, and it's Crockett making a good start in the Corsa. Sam Boville coming through in the Astra into 3rd place. Patrick Ryan in 2nd, he was the winner of round 5 on Saturday. Leanne Sedgwick coming through into 3rd in her BMW Mini, but it's Alan Crockett who leads the way in the Corsa as they head round the opening lap of this AS Performance Supermodified A final. Patrick Ryan in 2nd in the Nova, the championship leader. Into the hairpin onto Speedway Straight. 3rd is Sedgwick. Then we've got Boville, a newcomer to the championship today in the Mark III Astra. We don't see many of those in Rallycross these days. Todd Crooks 5th in the Citroen C2, replacing his regular BMW Mini. And Patrick Ryan in trouble. He's slowing down. Something amiss with the Nova. Now this could have implications for his championship lead. He's currently fighting with Todd Crooks for the lead of the championship. He could be out of the race here. Alan Crockett left clear at the front in the Vauxhall Corsa then. He's pulling away from Leanne Sedgwick, who's now 2nd in the yellow BMW Mini. Todd Crooks in the C2 further back, incidentally. That's a production spec car, but Todd, a regular super modified racer, will need some points for his championship challenge because his BMW Mini not able to be raced this weekend. Wasn't ready in time, so he's switched that backup car owned by Joe Miskauskas. And Leanne Sedgwick pulling off there in the background. She's got a problem as well. Well, a race of attrition here for the super modified category. Alan Crockett's going to be left out on his own at the front of the field. Sam Boville is now 2nd in the Mark III Vauxhall Astra. Crooks is now 3rd. He won the B final yesterday. Sedgwick pulling up on Speedway Straight, and she's out of it. She's actually got 2 BMW Minis here this weekend. The Supermod Spec 1 and one from the One Make BMW Mini Championship in Rallycross, but she's not going to get any points here today. She was 4th yesterday behind Pat Ryan, Alan Crockett and Alan Tapscott in his Corsa. Tapscott not racing today, nor is Gary Cook, the former champion in his Ford Fiesta. So Super Modified's a bit thin on the ground here in this A final at round 6. Look at the lead that Alan Crockett has got now over Sam Boville's Mark III Astra in 2nd place. Todd Crooks further back in 3rd in the production spec Citroen C2. Going well to run this in Super Modified this weekend. He won the B final in yesterday's event, no less. Then we've got Michelle Swallow in the Rob Scott-owned Porsche Boxster. And Pat Ryan, who's got the Nova going again after his earlier problems. That's good to see. He's in 5th and catching the field up. It's still Crockett with a clear lead. I'm not sure he's going to be caught here now. Over the infield he goes. We've still got quite a distance to go. Beauville in second place in the comparatively rare these days Mark III Astra. You can see clearly there the lead that Crockett has as they head down into Brooklands corner at the far end of the circuit. They're well spaced out now. The main question is, where can Patrick Ryan fight his way back up to? The Irishman who's leading the championship. Crooks there in third in the Joe Meskowska's own Liquimoly Citroen C2. We're on board with him, doing a great job in the production spec car in the Supermodified category this weekend. Although Todd might be being slightly careful here. He gets married next month, so won't want to have any mishaps here. There's Leon Sedgwick's car sitting behind the banking at the end of Speedway Straight. She's out of the race. Leaves Michelle Swallow to uphold honour for the ladies. Her first season in Rallycross, still learning her trade. But they're not going to catch Alan Crockett here. He's away and gone in front. There is Crooks in the Joe Meskowska's own number 48, sliding his way through the hairpin there. I've seen Todd's partner Jordine Wadge race that car last season. Viorel Pouls has raced it earlier this season as well in the production category. And here's the fight for fourth, because Patrick Ryan is catching Michelle Swallow for fourth place now in the Boxster. Swinging it through Brooklands. This is a better performance from Michelle. There's our second place man, Sam Beauville, in that now rare Mark III Astra. More famous as a rally car than in Rallycross over the years. I remember David Llewellyn, the former British rally champion, competing in one of those back in the 1990s, the Mark III Vauxhall Astra. It's almost a classic division car, that one. He's not going to catch Crockett though, who's coming round to start his final lap. He is heading for an A final victory. He won a heat earlier on. The other two heats won by Patrick Ryan, who had that problem at the start of the race. I think has now got back into fourth position ahead of the Boxster of Michelle Swallow. Yes, we see them in the background there. It is the Nova in fourth place now. So he's got ahead of Swallow. Todd Crooks in a safe third place. That'll help his championship challenge in the backup car this weekend. There's Ryan. Maybe an electrical problem. He may have had to do a control and alt and delete on the Vauxhall Nova as Michelle Swallow comes through behind, and she's lost it. She's had so many spins this season, Michelle Swallow. The Spin Doctor is one of her nicknames, I think. Well, she's going to get going again. She always fights back for more, does Michelle. The leader needs to be careful here. He's coming through to take the checkered flag. Swallow's just in front of him as she rejoins there. I think she's going to have to go round and complete the final lap. She was almost lapped there as Alan Crockett comes in to take the checkered flag. He wins the AS Performance Supermodified A final. Sam Beauville in the Astra will come through for second place. His first weekend in the championship, a sixth and a second for him. And third, it will be Todd Crooks driving the Citroen C2, owned by Joe Meskowska's, the production competitor. He takes third place, seventh yesterday having won the B final, and fourth is going to go to Pat Ryan, so he does at least get some points on the board here at Pembrey today. He won the A final yesterday. And here comes Michelle Swallow. Looks like the car is crabbing somewhat, so she may have hit something somewhere. Look at the rear axle on the Boxster. It's taken a knock somewhere, that car. Always an entertainer is Michelle, always gives it 100% effort, and she's coming in to take, I think, her best overall finish of the year so far. Fifth position in the Boxster. She was eighth yesterday in round 5. Crockett the winner though by over 6 seconds ahead of Sam Beauville, with Todd Crooks a good third despite his car being less powerful than the others.
Hi Alan, congratulations on your win of your A final. This must mean so much when yesterday you got to second and today you took the podium.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yep, it was great racing today and yesterday. Some real good battles with Pat Ryan yesterday. We came second, and today it's landed the other way. I mean, we're delighted with the win. Unfortunately, Pat had some mechanical issues in the final. It's not how you want to win, but still, we're delighted with the result. Yeah,
absolutely, and so you should be. You both fight really, really hard to get any place in this championship, and you both, drive really well. It is unfortunate that Pat had a mechanical issue. Hopefully, he'll be back out to battle you again next time. You led from the start, though, so I think the win, could always have been yours.
Aye, well, I mean, historically, with me and Pat, it's often been whoever's getting to the first corner first. But he's such a good driver. He's so experienced and he's light and fast. So yep, I'm just happy the way things worked out today.
Definitely. Yeah, he's a very, very good driver. He's very fast. You could see he was putting the pressure on you in second place there from the start when you led, and then unfortunately he's had his issue there. But it's thrown you a little bit of a lifeline in the championship points. These are going to mean quite a lot to your position within the championship. Are you planning on continuing and doing the full year?
Absolutely. So it's Leadenhall next, and then Knockhill after that. So yeah, looking forward to it. And look, the way things have landed today has certainly opened up the championship again.
That's it. Well, it's very exciting to watch from a spectator point of view, so we look forward to seeing you out next time, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks very much.
Time to check out the young guns now then here at Pembrey. This is the Questmead Limited and 710 Oils Junior Rallycross category. 3 different heat winners today. Championship leader Luke Constantine was one of them in the yellow and grey car. James Constantine had a heat win as well, and Ben Sayer in the white car on the outside of the front row. 3 Suzuki Swifts on the front row then. James Constantine on pole. Behind them Alfie Jeekins with his Nissan Micra. Charlie Titcombe in another Suzuki Swift, the yellow, white and green car. And Amy Baines in her Vauxhall Corsa. Rounding out the field for this one, 2 non-starters unfortunately. Abby McGuinness and Max Langmaid suffering problems in the heats with their Volkswagen Lupo and Vauxhall Corsa, not making it onto the grid for this, the Junior A final, sponsored by Questmead and by 710 Oils. And the question going into this one, can Luke Constantine make it an incredible 15 A finals unbeaten? He won yesterday ahead of Ben Sayer and Alfie Jeekins. The lights beginning to come on then for this Junior Rallycross A final, waiting for the green lights, and away they go. Wheel spinning start by Ben Sayer. Luke Constantine gets away well. James not such a quick start from the inside. It's Luke who takes the lead into the first corner. Ben Sayer will filter through into second place in the white Sayers Tankers entered car. But it's Luke Constantine taking up his familiar lead position here. He hasn't been beaten in an A final in 2 years in the wheel of this Suzuki Swift. He missed the opening round of the BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship this year, was racing elsewhere. That was at Blyton Park. But he's out in front here. He's won every A final he's entered over the last 2 years. There's Charlie Titcombe ahead of Alfie Jeekins and Amy Baines at the back. The ex-autocross racer on the grass. Had a good showing at Blyton in round 1 this year. Unfortunately rolled her car in the final. There's Alfie Jeekins. The Nissan Micra launched at the Autosport International Racing Car Show in Birmingham in January. First K12 shaped Micra we've seen in Rallycross. But it's Luke Constantine out in front then. Won yesterday ahead of Sayer, Jeekins and James Constantine 4th. He's away and clear in front again. We have seen 3 members of the Constantine family race in Junior Rallycross over the last couple of years. Tom Constantine has now moved up to senior racing with his Suzuki Swift. The family background is in rallying. Mark and Andrew Constantine have rallied successfully in a Vauxhall Corsa. Leaders head down Speedway Straight. Ben Sayer up there in second. He's had a couple of heat wins this season, but yet to win a final. James Constantine in third. Living in Luke's shadow recently, really over the course of this season. Charlie Titcombe under pressure for 4th place from Alfie Jeekins. Now, Alfie Jeekins did beat Luke Constantine home in an A final earlier this season. I believe that was at Blyton Park, if memory serves me right. But Alfie was given a penalty for jumping the start. Proves the Micra has the pace though. He's back in the pack in this one, however, after struggling a bit in the heats today at Pembry. Through the infield section comes our leader. Luke Constantine almost making it look easy out in front. The first ever junior driver to win the overall BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship last season. First time juniors were eligible to win the overall title. He did so with a maximum score. And he did the same again this year. Well, he won't win every round of the championship this year because, as we mentioned, he missed the opening round, was racing elsewhere. Through to complete his second full lap, so 2.5 laps gone. Titcombe under fire from Alfie Jeekins now for 4th position. Amy Baines further back in her Corsa. We mustn't forget about the Lincolnshire-based young lady racer. The other lady driver in this championship, sadly a non-starter, Abby McGuinness, the ex-mini stocks racer on the short ovals, as is Max Langmaid. He failed to make the start of this one as well. Alfie Jeekins there chasing after Charlie Titcombe. Alfie, told, having a look at circuit racing as well this Yeah, see him having a look at a drive in the Junior Saloon Car Championship possibly. He's got the micro up alongside Charlie Titcombe there, having a go at the Swift, but the Suzuki pilot holds him off into Brooklands corner. Yeah, Citroen Saxos are the tool in Junior Saloon Cars, quite different to that micro. There's James Constantine dropping back into third place. The main battle is this fight for fourth between Titcombe and Jeekins. Jeekins getting a bit frustrated there now by the Suzuki ahead of him. There is a senior championship for these little Suzuki Swifts as well. Very effective as a rallycross car. Here they come then over the infield section, the fight for fourth. Dropping back from the leaders now, it's still Luke Constantine from Ben Sayer, and if anything the lead gap is coming down here. Ben Sayer going well, keeping pace with the leader. It's almost side by side for fourth into the hairpin there, and Jeekins trying to go round the outside. Now can he get a run on Titcombe down Speedway Straight? I think he's got his nose in front there. He certainly has. He's going to try and go around the outside under braking for Brooklands, and he's done it. Good move, Alfie Jeekins up into fourth place on the outside on Speedway Straights. That micro certainly has the straight line speed advantage over the Swifts, it would seem here. Now can he catch our top three? He's got just under 2 laps to do so. Still your leader is Luke Constantine ahead of Ben Sayer. James Constantine rather in no man's land in third place at the moment. And Ben Sayer is having a go at our race leader. He's got the gap right down. This is impressive. Could we see a shock result here if Ben can get through? The Sayer family, long-time sponsors of Rallycross through their road tanker business. See the Sayers Road Tankers livery on the second place white Suzuki there. Down towards Brooklands for the penultimate time. Into the left-hander. Luke Constantine being made to work for his victory here. Is it going to be 15A finals in a row for the youngster? Into the last lap we go of this Questmead and 710 Oils Junior final. Bit of a lock-up there from Sayer. Slides a bit wide, cuts back in on the exits. Luke Constantine has got to defend here around the last lap. This could be a very close finish indeed. We've certainly seen some close finishes here at Pembrey this weekend on this new anti-clockwise circuit layout for 2019. Up to the head. A little bit of a lock-up there for Luke Constantine, but he holds the lead. Down Speedway Straight they come for the last time. Just a couple of corners to go now. Can Ben Sayer challenge Luke Constantine, or is it going to be 15 out of 15 for the man in the number 1 machine, the reigning BTRDA Rallycross champion? Through Brooklands, it's up through the centre S. Ben Sayer is not going to do it. Here comes Luke Constantine. 15 A finals in a row. What an achievement. Second for Ben Sayer. And third place is going to go to James Constantine. Fourth will be Alfie Jeekins, who is closing in there towards the end as well. Fifth position is Charlie Titcombe, and Amy Baines will complete the finishers in her Corsa. Just what can they do to stop Luke Constantine winning? 15 A finals in 2 years. Absolutely incredible. Taking the win, but only by just over half a second ahead of Ben Sayer there, with James Constantine in third, Alfie Jeekins fourth, then Charlie Titcombe and Amy Baines completing the 6 finishers. Abby McGuinness and Max Langmaid, unfortunately non-starters.
Luke, there's not a lot left to say when we interview each other now. 15 consecutive final wins. I mean, that's got to be some kind of record. You must just be so chuffed with your performance.
Yeah, I've been really happy with how I've done the last year and how I'm doing this year. I'm hoping to go for the overall again this year. But since I missed round 1 at Blyton, as it was a date clash with Silverstone for the British Rallycross, I've got to make sure I don't slip up and make any mistakes. So yeah, it's going to be a really close title race.
It absolutely is, but we love to see it out there. There's always a lot of action in the junior class, and you're always at the front and you're not letting people pass, which is brilliant for your results. You know, you're up there, you're fighting for it, and you're not going to give up easily. You did do round 5 as well yesterday. How did that go? Oh,
I had quite a good day yesterday. I actually can't remember where I qualified for the final, but I got a good start and I led from the final, led from the start of the race till the end, as I did today. But it's a good track for defending on, because it's a pretty tight track and there's only about 3 corners where it's a prime overtaking spot. But as long as you cover them, then you're okay.
It's great to see your ambition, because you clearly know what you're doing, but you're also out there to have fun and you're really enjoying yourself. You can tell you get out the car with a smile on your face. Yeah. So good luck for the rest of the season. I do hope you achieve your goal of the 2nd consecutive championship win. That would be amazing. So well done and good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
It is now time for the Funk Motorsport Production Category A final. And most significant is who's missing from the grid, because there is a gap on the outside of the front row. That's where overall championship leader Dale Ford should have been. He's had some problems after qualifying third on the grid for this one, and he looks like he's a non-starter for this A final. That could have implications in the overall championship. So no Dale Ford. In pole position is Saturday winner Dom Booth in his Renault Clio. Took the A final yesterday. Alongside him it is Rory Denning with his blue Peugeot 106. And on the second row of the grid we have got Trevor Bevan in the silver Saxo, the blue Clio of Rob Hindley. The third row, Nathan Jones in the black Honda Civic, Joe Meskauskas, the Lithuanian-born driver, in the Liqui-Moly sponsored Citroen C2, and John Rook, Rallycross driver and official, in his Peugeot 106, the silver car. The two B final qualifiers are there as well. Lee Keeler in the red and black Saxo, what's left of it after his rollover earlier on, and Ryan Randall in the green C2. But no Dale Ford. The championship leader is not out there. Now that could have implications in the points table. Luke Constantine will be watching with interest there, I'm sure. So 9 cars only for the Funk Motorsport Production Category A final. Yesterday Dom Booth was the winner, Nathan Jones second, and Dale Ford was third. So is Dom Booth going to take an A final double? He's qualified on pole, he won 2 heats in his Clio. Dale Ford won the other one. Starting marshal checking the grid is fully into line here. Production class normally very rough and tumble racing. This is going to be a good one. Ready to race light comes on the gantry. The revs begin to rise on these 2-litre engines, and away we go. A good start by Rory Denning, a newcomer to the championship this weekend in the blue Peugeot 106. He's got the lead ahead of Dom Booth, Trevor Bevan in third place. Lee Keeler's made a good start from the back of the field, but he tags Joe Meskauskas, send him sideways. Has the Citroen C2 spun there? No, he hasn't. He holds 4th place ahead of Keeler. But out in front it is Rory Denning on his debut weekend in the category. He was 5th yesterday. Could we see a surprise in this one? Graham Aspinall was 4th yesterday, but broke down earlier on today. Didn't make it into the finals. They head up the far straights for the first time. Look at the state of Lee Keeler's Saxo. It seems to get bashed up in every event he races it in. That's Team Hard sponsored number 31. He's ahead of Nathan Jones there in the black Honda Civic. Rob Hindley's Clio next, then Ryan Randall, who qualified through the B final, has got ahead of John Rook in the silver 106. Dom Booth then chasing our race leader Rory Denning. He wants a second A final win of the weekend. There's a yellow flag out there as they start their first full lap of this Pembrey circuit. Don't know why that was. Possibly some debris from the first corner shenanigans between Lee Keeler and Joe Meskauskas. They're all still running those. There's no stranded cars there. Denning leads it in the 106, chased by Dom Booth. That's in tight there around the hairpin. Trevor Bevan going well in the number 14 in third position. Those three have pulled away slightly from the rest of the field. Joe Meskauskas up there in 4th place. We've seen his second car being raced by Todd Crooks in the Supermodified category today. Dom Booth is really on the attack now on the back of Rory Denning. Is it going to be a second win of the weekend for Dom Booth, or are we going to see a new winner in the Funk Motorsport Production category? Booth to the outside, he won't get through there, he locks up, cuts back into the inside. They go into the infield section past the paddock. Rory Denning a little bit out of shape there in the 106, but he's increasing his lead slightly. This is good stuff at the front of the field. Trevor Bevan's closing up on them as well, the best we've seen him run this year in the silver Saxo. Nathan Jones is 5th, further back behind Meskauskas. Then it's Lee Keeler in his lightweight Saxo. Rob Hindley behind them in 7th in his Clio. Then Randall and Rook round out the field. Here they come then, down towards Brooklands. Dom Booth possibly lining up for an attack here, but he's got to attack and defend at the same time because Bevan is there. Nathan Jones having a go at Meskauskas for 4th place. Over the line they go to start lap number 3. Rory Denning still leads. What can Dom Booth do here? The most frustrated man at Pembrey right now, no doubt, is Dale Ford, watching all this from the sidelines when he should be in this race, as Booth up alongside Rory Denning out of the hairpin there. They're side by side over the infield section. Can Dom Booth take the lead in the Clio? Yes, he's done it. Around the outside there on the infield section. That's a good bit of driving by Dom Booth, and he's into the lead, going for a final win number 2 this weekend. This will really strengthen his championship position. Denning second. Can Bevan get through as well? Behind them is Miskauskas, then Nathan Jones in the dust somewhere. Getting very dusty out there as you get towards the end of the day here at Pembry Circuit. Round Brooklands they go. Jones is up into 4th place. He's got ahead of Miskauskas. Then it's Keeler in that rebuilt Saxo. It really does show the community spirit of Rallycross, the number of people who mucked in to rebuild Lee Keeler's car after his crash earlier this weekend. Then it's Hindley. There's Ryan Randall in the green Citroen C2. John Rook at the back of the field in the Peugeot 106. Well done to him on making it through to the A final. Always there or thereabouts, giving it his all is John. One of the true nice guys of Rallycross. There's a lot off track for the sport as well. Don Booth increasing his lead now over Rory Denning. He's under pressure from Trevor Bevan for 2nd place. Here comes Nathan Jones. We often see this with Nathan. He's never particularly quick off the line, but then picks off cars slowly but surely as the race progresses. He's up to 4th now. There's Miskauskas with Lee Keeler behind him. Going to get back to Rob Hindley in his Clio number 231. 2 laps to go now. Here comes Jones in the JB Scaffolding Honda Civic. Up on the outside into the hairpin. Tries to get the cut back on the exits. He's on the tail of Trevor Bevan now for 3rd position. They bounce their way over the infield. They're challenging Rory Denning. 3 cars line astern. Peugeot, Citroen, Honda for 2nd place. This is letting Don Booth get away at the front in the Renault. It's looking like Booth's race once again. He's going to take a double here at rounds 5 and 6 of the Autosport International BTRDA Clubman's Rallycross Championship. Down Speedway Straight goes the 2nd place battle. Booth is away and gone in front now in the purple and green Renault Clio, a very lurid livery on his car. Denning still holding 2nd, a great debut in the championship by him this week. Through the Senna S over the line to start their last lap, and now Jones really trying here as they go up towards the hairpin. He's got to run on the inside of the Silver Saxo. Can he get through here? Nathan Jones as they go onto the infield. They're side by side trying to pass in the same place that Don Booth took the lead earlier. Bevan's wise to him though, holds him off, so Jones cuts back the other way. It's nip and tuck for the placings here in the Funk Motorsport production category. Don Booth is heading for victory barring any mechanical disaster. Denning in 2nd, but who is going to be 3rd here? Bevan trying to hang on. Jones carves to the inside on the hairpin. I think the Honda's got the power in a straight line here. They go down Speedway Straight. I think he's going through for 3rd place. Jones goes through past Bevan, but it's going to be a win for Don Booth in the Clio. He's in the clear. 2 A final wins out of 2 this weekend. A perfect weekend for Don Booth. 2nd is going to go to Rory Denning. What a great result for him. 3rd is Nathan Jones. Trevor Bevan 4th. Great fight between those 3. Joe Miskauskas comes over in 5th. And then in 6th place, Lee Keeler in what's left of his Saxo. Further back in 7th, it will be Rob Hindley in the blue Clio. Behind him, we should see Ryan Randall. 8th place in the green C2. John Rook at the back of the field. Congratulations then to Don Booth, winner of rounds 5 and 6 here at Pembray this weekend. John Rook comes in to complete the 9 finishers in the Peugeot 106. Booth the winner by just over 4 seconds at the flag there ahead of Rory Denning. Terrific battle between him, Nathan Jones and Trevor Bevan. Miskauskas further back in 5th ahead of B-final winner Lee Keeler. And then Rob Hindley, Ryan Randall and John Rook completing the 9 finishers. Dale Ford, the championship leader, fortunately was a non-starter.
Dom, that was an excellent win. You have been flying all weekend. Round 5 yesterday, round 6 today. How are you feeling?
Chuffed. Good to get out, obviously first year out here, so get in, get the car running nice. It's just everything's just come together this weekend. It's just worked.
Yeah, I mean, I know you mentioned to me before that you had a few niggles with the car at the beginning of the season. You must have ironed those out now.
Yeah, we had an injector issue which we sorted out for this round. Banging it, it's been great. And then today we've got a broken engine mount, so that's held down with a ratchet strap at the moment since it's at heat 2. So yeah, it's been great.
It's brilliant to see you doing so well, and you've got yourself an A final win now, which is amazing. You've come from rallying, so how does this compare?
Affordability wise, brilliant. The camaraderie in the pits, it's what rallying used to be. Everyone's there to help each other out. Very shy. It's just really good, really good.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to see you with a smile on your face when you get out of the car. So are you going to continue the rest of the season with the BTRDA?
Yeah, we've got rest of the season booked. We've got sponsors on board to help us out through the season. We couldn't do it without Langley's Garage Equipment and Keithorpe Event Catering, RAB Garage Services. They've helped us out since the beginning, and we're here for them at the end of the day and have a bit of fun.
Absolutely. Well, you're certainly doing that. So good luck with the rest of the season. We'll see you back at the next round.
Perfect. Cheers.
That concludes the action here at Pembrey then. Thank you very much indeed for watching. This programme is dedicated to Stephanie Watch, one of the 3 sisters of Rallycross, who unfortunately was recently hurt in a road accident. Get well soon, Steph, from all at 247 TV and all of the Rallycross community.